The question being asked is, tell me about meditation. I'm not able to meditate. I have too many thoughts coming. I understand that meditation means becoming thoughtless. The moment I close my eyes, thousands of thoughts will come. I'm better off with my eyes open. Closing my eyes gives a problem. So this is the common complaint for most of the people. Meditation means mind becoming silent. Meditation means mind becoming thought free. But what to do, sir? If I'm able working, at least my mind is thought free. The moment I close my eyes, thousands of thoughts will bombard. So this is the common story. Then what is the secret of meditation? Secret of meditation is to first understand that the mind is not there. Mind is not real. There is no such thing called mind as a solid entity. Mind is unreal. So there is no object or substance called mind. So this is the very crucial aspect of meditation. Otherwise, we are trying to change the mind. We are trying to modify the mind. We are trying to struggle with the mind. Something which doesn't exist, you are trying to do everything about it. That's a big mistake in meditation. So people go for meditation because my mind is troubling me. I want to become free from the troubling of the mind. Already you are given reality to the mind. Mind is not real, sir. Mind is not at all real. So what is not real? All your struggle ends up in futility. So for most of the people, meditation means struggling with the mind which doesn't exist. What do you say, sir? I have so many emotions, so much of anger, so much of fear, so much of anxiety, so much of likes and dislikes. You say memory is not real, mind is not real. Mind, what do you call as mind? Mind is nothing but a bundle of thoughts. If there are no thoughts, is there mind? The mind is a bundle of thoughts, bunch of thoughts. So these thoughts together collectively called as mind. Is there a collection of thoughts possible as a mind? Can you have a bunch of thoughts in the mind? No, I have a lot of thoughts in the mind. False. You can never have a lot of thoughts in the mind at any point of time. The mind, one thought comes and disappears. One thought comes and disappears. Many thoughts appear one after the other. No, there are many thoughts. It's also one thought. In mind, only one thought can be there. There can be a bunch of thoughts in the mind. There is no possibility of having a bunch of thoughts in the mind. Mind always has one thought coming up, disappearing. One thought coming up and disappearing. Then one thought comes, says, a lot of thoughts are in the mind. That also comes and disappears. So to say mind is a bunch of thoughts also is false. Mind is not a bundle of thoughts. Mind is one thought coming and going, coming and going. The coming and going thought may be different, but ultimately mind is thought rising and falling. But only one thought at a time. Please understand, mind cannot have two thoughts at a time. So there is the concept that mind is a bundle of thoughts is false. So mind is one thought. Then what is mind? The thought is appearing and disappearing. There's no time thought appears and disappears. What appears and disappears, is it real? What appears and disappears, is it real or unreal? Let me ask you a question. This person is a very honest person, sir. Oh, yes, honest. But once in a while he tells a lie. Now, is he honest or liar? A thought which appears and disappears is not true. If it is real, it should be there all the time. It appears and disappears is not true. What is true should be there all the time. Is it there? To make you understand that to holding on to thought, one thought is difficult, Guru teaches you, hold on to one thought called I am Brahman. To hold on to one thought called I am Brahman, so much of struggle, because by the time you hold on, some other thought will come. So, thoughts are not stable. Thoughts are unstable. They appear and disappear. What appears and disappears is not real. Mind is not a bundle of thoughts. Mind is a series of thoughts. One thought coming at a time. But one thought coming at a time is also appearance and disappearance. What to do? That's not real. So then where is mind? There's no mind. The whole concept that mind is troubling me, I'm trying to struggle with the mind, I'm overcoming the mind, that's why I'm doing meditation is false. Because no such thing called mind. Then what is meditation all about? That's the real secret of meditation. There was one person who was troubled with a ghost. Wherever he goes, the ghost follows him. The ghost chases him. A black ghost. He goes to a magician, Mantravadi, and tells me, ghost is following me. Then Mantravadi says, do one thing. Midnight, 12 o'clock in the 12 o'clock, you go to a burial ground, Smashana, dig a hole and bury that ghost and come back. You'll be fine. So a person does very faithfully, does, then comes back. Again, the ghost is following. The ghost is a shadow. You can bury a dead body, but you cannot bury a shadow. Shadow is not real. The mind is like that. Thoughts are like that. Thoughts are like shadows. They don't have existence. And you are afraid of shadows, which is like exactly being afraid of a ghost. They're same. Thoughts are bothering you, like a ghost bothers you. There is no, to understand, the thoughts are unreal, like shadow is unreal, that I'm thinking as a ghost is the first biggest breakthrough in meditation. There are many people, one person said, meditation means becoming, my mind become thought free. So that's why every time a thought comes, I'll remove the thought and keep quiet. Oh, have you been successful? I'm trying 10 years, but still I'm not successful. Again, thoughts come. See, you cannot bury a shadow. You cannot remove a ghost which doesn't exist. You cannot remove a thought which is not real. That you have to understand. The only solution is to understand the reality, not remove of unreal. So that's why Vedanta, one example is given. Example is, there's a rope. On the rope, somebody sees a snake and he's afraid. There is fear, really fear. So then somebody comes and some guru comes and tells him, no, it's not a snake, it's a rope. Just see, touch and feel. Now it's rope. Then he's free. Again, when he goes in the evening, because of poor lighting condition, his rope appears like a snake. Does somebody have to remove the snake to find the rope? You don't have to remove the snake to find a rope. You have to understand it's a snake which is false to find the rope. You'll never be able to remove snake because there's no snake, doesn't exist. It's a projection, mental projection. So people trying to remove thoughts in meditation is like trying to remove a snake which doesn't exist. Momentarily, you may be successful, but the mind does, the thoughts don't disappear because you are not found the reality. So meditation is really finding out the reality. It is not about removing the snake on the rope. It is finding the rope. What is rope? Don't try to don't remove the snake. The more you remove the snake, more you try to fight with the thoughts, more the thoughts will come back with bouncing. They'll come bounce. They'll come with force. You know why? The moment you give energy to thoughts, thoughts will come back with the force. So when you say thought is real, I want to get rid of thoughts, then you are giving energy to thoughts. They'll come in force, tremendous force. The moment you say my memory is real, I want to become free from memory, you are giving force to the memory. The force is the energy. Wherever your attention goes, energy goes. Your attention goes to somewhere, something which is real. If something is unreal, why will you get attention? Why attention will come? So suppose somebody going on the street, okay, then you see a board. Anybody coming here will go to get 1 crore rupees. Just sign here, you'll get 1 crore rupees. Will you go there? Because you know it's fake. 1 crore rupees, who will give for signature? So you won't go there. You will not give attention. The very fact that you are giving attention to thoughts because you are giving a reality. What is fake, you don't understand. Thoughts are fake, not real. That thought you are giving reality because you don't understand it's fake. It's unreal. The moment you give reality to unreality, you are trapped. Then you are not doing meditation. You are struggling with the thoughts. You are fighting with the thoughts. And you'll never be able to win. You can win against something which is real. We cannot win against unreal. If you are fighting with the air, how will you fight? You will get tired because air has no existence like earth, solid existence. Fighting with the air only will tire you. Fighting with thoughts will only tire you. It doesn't lead to meditation. Is this much clear to you? Clear to everybody? So, meditation is not removing thoughts. Meditation is not fighting with thoughts. First level of meditation is understanding mind is unreal. Then what is mind? If thought is unreal, it's not a bundle of thoughts. What is, people say somewhere wrongly, they say mind is a bundle of thoughts, which is false. Mind cannot be a bundle of thoughts because bundle of thoughts, in a bundle, everything should be together. In mind, 10 thoughts cannot be together. 2 thoughts cannot be together. So it's not a bundle of thoughts. Somebody has written a book. In a book, they are written mind is a bundle of thought. Then you understand that the author doesn't understand the mind. So what is mind then? Mind is a flow of thoughts. It's a flow of thoughts called mind. What do you mean by flow of thoughts? Look at the fan. Switch on the fan. The moment your fan switched on, the fan appears like a circle. The movement of the blades of the fan gives a feeling that a circle is there. The movement of the fan gives a feeling of circle. Is there really circle? There's an appearance of circle. Only what is there is blades are moving. Similarly, thought moving one by one, one after the one, gives a feeling that there's something called mind. There's no mind. It's appearance of mind because thoughts are moving. There's no mind, there's nothing called mind at all. There is no, this antakarana, all these things are explanation at a very beginning stage. Now I am telling you the real secret of meditation. All this antakarana is there, Vedanta says antakarana is there, manas, buddhi, ahankara, chitta is there. They're all functioning of consciousness. And also in antakarana I said, each one will come. Manas will come, then buddhi will come, ahankara will come, chitta will come, one after the other. I gave the example of a hotel, Mani, in a hotel. Somebody comes to the hotel, early days, only one man hotel is there. Then server comes, sir, idli dosa, masala, idli, coffee, rava, what do you want? So then he says, okay, idli, dosa. He'll write down dosa. And inside kitchen he goes and he prepares dosa. He's the cook. Then he comes and serves. I am his server. Then he collects the bill. Only one person is doing all these things. One after the other, all functions. One consciousness is functioning as manas, buddhi, ahankara, chitta. One after the other is called antakarana. Functioning of the consciousness is called mind. So now, mind is a flow of thoughts. Like fan moving gives a illusion of a circle. The mind movement, thought movement gives the illusion of a mind. Very solid mind, very real mind. It is not there. It is like, is there something called river? There's nothing called river. A river is a flow of water. Some water comes, it moves. Some water comes, moves. Fresh water keeps coming. Is there something entity called river? There's an appearance of a river because of the flow of water. So there's a question which is asked in Zen. How many times you can take a dip in one river? The answer is, I cannot take a dip in river anytime. The moment you put your leg in the river, water has moved. The moment your body goes, water has moved. The moment you go dip inside with fully, the water has flowed. In the mirror, your leg cells have changed. Thigh cells have changed. Body cells have changed. Head cells have changed. Everything is changing. In changing what you say as one time for dripping in water, you cannot even take a dip in water even once. Because everything is changing. River is moving, flow of water, river is changing, water is changing, water is moving, and your body is changing. That's why our ancestors said smartly, even if you take one dip in river Ganga, all your sins will go. What they did, it's a puzzle actually. Understand that you cannot take a dip in Ganga even once, because Ganga is a flow of river, flow of water. Your body is a flow of energy. If you understand this, you'll be free from sins. Because we are trying to hold on to something which is changing. That's what causes hurt. It's the illusion. And what is it we are holding on? We are holding on to something called I thought in the mind. The mind appears to be solid because of I thought. I thought is a subject thought. See, please understand, for any transaction in the world, we have to have a subject-object relationship. I want to give you a book. That means I am there, you are there, book is there, transaction happened. So the entity called I has come for a transaction. But it's a temporary entity. It's a transactional entity. It's not a solid entity. That's why in all our language, use I word is used. I am the word is used as a body and the mind for a particular transaction. There's nothing called I am, the solid I is there. Solid I as a transactional entity. We confuse that entity as a body and mind because all transactions we use the body and mind, vehicle. We confuse that. The one who is using the body and mind, complex is Jivatma, consciousness. That is the reality, the Atma. So we do not consider the Atma at all. We are only consider the body and mind as me. Then we feel, give a solidity to the feeling, consider the Atma is unchangeless, body is changing, we are mixing up the changeless and changing, and create an entity which is false entity called ego. I thought. Even I thought is not real. Unless you inquire what is this I thought, you'll not be able to get rid of it. You cannot remove I thought because it's not real. You cannot get rid of I thought. There's some people say you get rid of ego. You cannot get rid of ego because ego doesn't exist. ego is illusion. How you get rid of illusion? By only understanding reality. So Ramana Maharshi gives an example. There's a marriage party. Boy side and girl side have come. Then one intruder comes. These intruders, they come for a bhojanam, meals in the marriage. So they behave as if they are from boy side with the girls and as if they are girl side from the boy with the boys. Nobody will understand these people are intruders. So they talk nicely. They're well dressed and talk nicely. The boy side thinks that he is girl side thinks boy side. But somebody gets a doubt. Then they start inquiring, who is this fellow? The moment both boy sides and get together and inquire, this man runs away. Only inquiry, who am I? You will be able to get rid of I thought. You will never be able to get rid of I thought any other means. The self-enquiry will help you to get rid of it. You cannot remove the snake from a rope. You can understand what is the snake, what is the reality. Then you will become free from snake. Snake still appears. Thoughts and steps still appear, but still with the appearance of thoughts also you can be free from that. That's called meditation. When thoughts appear, it's irrelevant to you. The problem is thoughts become very relevant to you. You think thoughts are real. You are holding on to thoughts. Thoughts are not holding on to you. You think thoughts are bothering me. Thoughts cannot bother you. You are bothered about thoughts. You are holding on to thoughts. Jivatma. A conscious entity can only hold on to unconscious. Thoughts are jada, unreal, unconscious. Who is holding on to unconscious? Thoughts cannot hold on to thought. One thought cannot hold on to another thought. Because thought is jada, inert. An inert thought cannot hold on to another thought. Only conscious entity can hold on. Who is the conscious entity? You, Jivatma. You are holding on to thoughts. Thoughts are bothering me. Please do not blame thoughts. They are jada. Thoughts cannot bother you. You are holding on to thoughts and getting bothered. Who told you to hold on to thoughts? Tell me. Who is telling you to hold on to thoughts? Who is telling you to give reality to thoughts? Unless you inquire, who am I? You will not become free from thoughts. Becoming free from thoughts is not getting rid of thoughts in memory, mind, but inquiring the source of thoughts. Who am I? Mind is an appearance due to the flow of thoughts. There is no solid entity called mind. Just like when fan rotates, it gives an appearance of circle. There's nothing circle, no circle. A rope appears as a snake, but there's no snake. You cannot remove the snake because it doesn't exist. You don't have to remove the thoughts, but you have to inquire the source of thoughts. Find out the reality rather than getting stuck with the unreality. This is the fundamental principle of meditation. What is the fundamental principle of meditation? To understand that there is nothing called mind. Mind is nothing but a flow of thoughts. Flow of thoughts. Thoughts are themselves not real. So mind is unreal. What is there is only consciousness, Atma. This understanding is very crucial for meditation. For meditation, there are some dharanas given, some support are given. So support can be a mantra, can be a japa. Something is given, or breath, or body sensation is given for holding on. Why? Something to object has to be observed for japa, for meditation, banana or this thing, fruit. So why something has to be given for one? This is called dharana. Something is given to you to hold on. Why you are getting given to hold on? If somebody has fallen into a river, okay, he starts sinking. The force of river will pull him down. The force of thoughts coming one after the other will drift. You will drift. Atma, Jivatma is holding on to thoughts, and you will start drifting in thoughts into the past and future. Thoughts are always about the past and future. You start drifting in the past and future. So you need something to hold on in the present moment. That's called dharana. Something which you hold on should be more real than the thoughts. Thoughts are constantly changing. Everything in the world is changing. Is there something less changing compared to thoughts? That's there. Your breath is in the present moment. It's not in the past, not in the future. The mind, thoughts can go to past and future. The ego drifts between past and future. The breath cannot drift to past future. Breath is all the current moment, present moment. In this moment. So if you are becoming aware of breath, your mind comes to the present moment. Your body is in the present moment compared to thoughts. Body is also changing, but changing less rapidly compared to thoughts. So it is like a person who is swimming, he needs a support, maybe a tube, a float, a wood piece, so that it doesn't sink. To prevent you from sinking into thought chain, a support is given. That support is called dharana. It can be observing breath, it can be mantra, it can be japa, it can be body sensation, it can be heartbeat, it can be observation of Atma chakra, Brahmarandra, it can be anything. It can be many things. If you don't have support, you start drifting with the thoughts. What do you mean by drifting with the thoughts? Drifting with the thoughts means creating a thought chain. One thought of the thought. You don't even give opportunity to come out of the thought chain. Thought chain is drifting in thoughts. One thought after the other thought. And first of all, one thought is false. You go to another thought. Another thought. The thought chain is your bondage. Thought chain is called samsara. Illusion. Do you create a thought chain? Do you have a thought chain in life? Yes. See, I am studying my engineering. I am from such a reputed college. I hear that recession is there in America. Then what will happen to my job? Okay. What will I do? You're not still graduated. What will I do? Hey, don't you come on here. Tomorrow examination is there. What will I do? What will I study for examination for? Recession is coming. Irrelevant. You're drifting into unreal thought chain. First of all, you're not understood. One thought, first thought itself is false. Is there recession? Possibility is there. But somewhere in future, you're not there. When it comes, face it. But that thought itself creates a problem for you in the present moment. Look at your life. Your reality never creates a problem for you. This moment never creates a problem for you. Present moment is reality. There's no problem, absolutely no problem in the present moment. All your problems are in the mind. And mental problems are nothing but thought chain. One thought after the other thought. Thought itself is false. And you give energy to thoughts by believing it is true. And the moment you give energy, another thought will come. The thoughts are like dogs. You are going in the street, the dog starts barking. The moment you run away, dog starts barking more. Running away gives energy to dogs to bark more. If you just stand there and observe it, the dog will be quiet. Have you ever tried observing thoughts? Observing the thought chain coming in your head continuously. The moment you are able to observe it, the thought chain will go. Reality will come. But we don't do that. We get trapped by the thought chain. We start getting drifting with the thought chain. Thought chain is the problem. Thought chain is not reality. It is like Mullah Nasruddin. Mullah Nasruddin got married and his wife is very shy. She wants to tell Mullah that they are poor, he has to earn more money, and she cannot tell directly to the husband, you have to earn more money, go to a bigger house. They're sleeping on the bed. She asks Mullah, Mullahji, yes. If you have one child, where the child will sleep? She is trying to point out to them the house is small. But this guy doesn't understand. He moves a little bit. Yeah, child can sleep here. This fellow is not understood. Then wife will say, if two children are there, then he further moves further. What will happen if three children are there? Mullah now suddenly falls from the bed. His leg is broken and fractured. Next day, people ask him, Mullah, what happened to your leg fracture? What to say, sir? It's my third child. Are you are married yesterday? How did his third child happen? Third child is an illusion. Imagination. In your imagination, you create non-existing problems in the present moment. So whenever you have problem, present suffering in the present moment, remember mullah's third child. Have a mullah's third child with you. Otherwise, you'll drift into thought chain. So a dharana is given, a support is given so that you don't drift into thought chain. What is dharana? Observe the tip of the nose. Let's say here, nose bridge. So people say observe the breath. You cannot observe the breath because breath is not tangible. Where you observe breath? Can you observe the air? You cannot observe the air. Breath can be observed where it touches the body. You can experience the touch of the breath in the body. You cannot observe the breath, as air. So people who say observe the breath, they are not telling the right teaching. Observe where the breath is touching the body. That point you observe. There's a sensation there that you observe. So breath moves into the nose, into the neck, into the stomach. All these places create a sensation. Observe that sensation. Then you are observing the breath. Just you want to try to observe the breath, you can't observe the breath. Because breath is intangible, like air. Sensation is tangible. So when you say observe the breath, you are saying observe the sensation where the breath is touching. Is it clear? Now, why do you have to observe the breath? Because the breath and sensation are in the present moment compared to your thoughts, which are coming from the past and future. So breath becomes the dharana, the hold. It will help you to prevent drifting in thought chain. Otherwise, you start drifting. You need something to hold on. That holding on is called breath. If you don't hold on to breath, you start drifting. Is it clear? The purpose of observing something is to hold on to a real moment in the moment. Ultimately, in the ultimate analysis, even sensations are not real. They are also finally disappear. But compared relatively, they are more stable compared to thoughts. Not absolutely stable. That help you to be in the present moment. Why you have to hold on to something in the present moment? Mind, in meditation, we don't want to go into sleep. In sleep, we are losing our awareness of the external world. We are unconscious of the external world in sleep. In that sense, in sleep, when you become unconscious of the external world, you can't understand. No knowledge is possible. In deep sleep, no knowledge is possible. For knowledge to be possible, you have to be aware. You have to be alert. In that awareness and alertness, knowledge is possible. So that's why meditation requires awareness and alertness. To be aware and alert, you need to give a job to the mind. If you don't give a job to the mind, mind will be falling into tamas, sleepiness. So observing the breath is the job given to mind or attention so that you don't fall asleep. You are fully alert and aware. Then observing the breath from this point to stomach, you can observe all the sensation up and down. Then what happens? The mind also, attention also moves from here to here, this length. Attention also moves for a longer length. When the attention moves to a longer length, your mind is also moving on a longer length, longer span. You want the mind to be at a small point as possible. You don't want to allow larger movement of the mind because you are on to observe the mind. You cannot observe the mind as mind because thoughts will come rapidly and disappear. But if you have something to hold on, like breath, then you'll be able to observe thoughts appearing and disappearing. Don't try to observe the thoughts. Hold on to something which is real, breath. In the process, what happens? Thoughts will appear and disappear, then it's easier to ignore them. Then you are not giving energy to thoughts. If you didn't have something to hold on, you'll start drifting into thoughts. Do you have anything to hold on in life? If you don't have anything to hold on in life, you'll drift. We need something to hold on in meditation. That's called breath. Tip of the nose is a small point. Sensation, you observe it. You can as well observe from here to here, full length. But then what happens? Mind will swing in a larger span. Better to keep the mind in a small place so that you can observe very closely. So this orange, I want to observe. Now, can I observe the orange? Orange is moving. I can't observe. To observe the orange, I have to hold it at one place. Then I can observe. Similarly, hold the mind at one place, then observe the mind. The thoughts are coming, all random thoughts are coming, one after the other. And these thoughts will appear and disappear. Then you're not giving importance to thoughts. You're not changing thoughts because your focus is on the observing the point, holding on to reality. Then you'll not drift with the thoughts. When you don't drift with the thoughts, gradually thoughts will lose their steam. They'll start their energy. As the energy comes, the thoughts will be emptied out. You don't have to empty out the thoughts. Thoughts will lose their energy. Thoughts will go out of your system if you don't give energy to them. I want to remove from my memory in my mind. Don't remove. Don't give energy to the memory. That energy, the thoughts will disappear. The thoughts and memory get strengthened when you give energy. What is the way? Focus on tip of the nose. And at that point, it is a very small point. And when you observe the breath, what will happen at the tip of the nose? I'm just giving one example. Okay, observing it applies to mantra. Each of method it will apply something. But I'm giving breath as an example, as reality. When you observe this tip, as your mind becomes sharper, attention becomes sharper and sharper. The point will become smaller and smaller. The more smaller and smaller point becomes, you'll be aware of thoughts, subtler thoughts coming up and disappearing. You'll not chase the thoughts because your attention is fixed on observing the tip of the nose. So as thoughts appear and disappear, but you don't give energy, the mind will become silent, more and more silent by naturally. You don't have to force it. This exactly is the principle of Karma Yoga also. In Karma Yoga, you're fixing attention on the work without attachment to the result. And when you're doing work, thoughts will start reducing because you're focusing on something and thoughts comes, again you come back. Thoughts comes, again you come back. In that process, you're not giving importance to thoughts. Somebody comes and shouts at you. Again, you'll come back to work. Somebody obstacle comes, again you'll come back to work. In that process, gradually you're removing you're not giving energy to your vasana and samskara. They'll die. So breath, when you observe, gradually mind will become silent. Thoughts will come and go. So now what is the meditation then? Meditation is not observing that everything in the thought is random. Please understand, there are no thoughts which are same. Thoughts are randomly coming in your mind. This thing, like waves are coming in the ocean, they're randomly coming. The one thought which connects all these thoughts is also random. They are not, thoughts are random. Thoughts appear to be sequential because of one thought. Like waves are rising in ocean and falling. They're random. They may appear to be a pattern, but this pattern is because of wind flow. Thoughts in your mind are random. The thoughts are connected by one thought called random thought. I'm thinking too much is also a random thought. Thoughts are random. How can you do the work? The work cannot be done. I'm saying when you passively observe thoughts, random thoughts in subconscious will come out. When you are doing work, you are having conscious thought. The conscious thought is different from subconscious thought and raising of thoughts. Conscious thought is, I'm doing this work. There's a conscious thought. What thought arises from your subconscious is randomly arising. There are two different things. So thinking unconsciously is random. Conscious thinking is Focused thinking is required for work. So that is not random. That is related to subject. That's actually holding on to reality, like holding on to breath. So I don't have to explain it. You don't have to believe me. You observe it yourself. All thoughts are random. One moment mind is here, one moment other moment mind is somewhere else. If you give attention, if you give importance to the mind, that mind will get stuck in some place, sometime. But if you don't give importance, it will just jump again like a monkey. So then, what are you observing? You're observing the mind. You're observing the random nature of the mind, random nature of thoughts. And also you're observing that everything in the mind is constant changing. That's the observation. And constant changing, what is constantly changing is not real. And what is not, what is real? Only one reality is there, the observer, I. The observer, I, is unchanging. So, in the process of observing the mind, you are making Nitya Anitya, Atma Anatma Viveka. I am the observer, I am the Sakshi, I am unchanging, but thoughts are changing. So, really, in reality, you are remembering and holding on to a thought called I am Sakshi instead of chasing all thoughts. I am Sakshi is a thought of reality, whereas all thoughts are unreal, Nitya. Only Sakshi is real. I am Sakshi is the thought you are holding on. You are observing all of the nature of other thoughts which are randomly arising and falling. So meditation means holding on to one thought, I am Sakshi, I am unchanging, I am not affected, and everything in the body, mind complex in the world is changing, 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 changing. And what is changing has no substance, no reality. In Buddha Kali says Anatta, Anatma. Nothing in the world has Atma. Atma means substantial self, center. Atma, what you are, is not in the world. It's the observer, Sakshi. It's not a manifestation. It's unmanifest, unreal. It's a observer. Observer is not a part of the movie. Is that much clear to all? Yeah, I'll tell you. So, is this much clear to all? So now, what is meditation? Let us imagine you are in a class of 100 students. Your classmate says 100 students. And in a given subject, 99 people have failed. And you are only the past candidate. Then how will you feel? Hey, I am the only past candidate. Right? You feel happy, no? Meditation is that. All thoughts are failed candidates. I am the Sakshi, I am the Atma, who is the only past candidate, that's myself. Hey, I am happy. I am Ananda Swarupa. That's called meditation. I am Sakshi, I am Ananda Swarupa, because everybody else is failed thought. Please look at your thoughts. Every thought is about some suffering. Thoughts are all failed candidates. This didn't work, that didn't work, this person doesn't work, that person doesn't work, that word doesn't work, this whole thing doesn't work is a thought. Do you get any good thoughts as a thought chain? Always get thoughts which are failed thing only come. Failed thoughts are failure are called failed candidates. No. I have get good thoughts also. What good thoughts? See, 10 years back, I went to a beautiful place. Nice place. I enjoyed. Oh, is that good thought? Is it not suffering? 10 years back, now I'm suffering. No, now I don't have that enjoyment. No, that's suffering. No, in your joy, that's suffering. Get done. So please understand, all thoughts are failed candidates. Every day we get 70,000 thoughts, and all of them are failed candidates. This is not working, that's not working. That doesn't work, that doesn't work. I'm suffering because of this. I am like this. The thoughts will keep coming. Please tell me one good thought which comes to you, no? In meditation. In meditation, only thoughts like this come. Good thought comes, you'll be happy, no? Then I'll say, I'll meditate, I'm enjoying meditation. No, you're coming and saying, no, I'm suffering in meditation. Which means what? What will happen if I don't get a job? What will happen? Professor doesn't give me marks. What will happen? I don't get first rank. Everything is what the worries about future and regrets about past. They are called failed candidates. Then you have to hold on to one past candidate, Sakshi. I am Sakshi. All these failed candidates are gone case. I don't care about them. I don't care. Then if you care for them, they'll come and sit on your head. They'll start crying with you. They'll make you also cry. Just let them go. Focus on your breath and let this thought come and go. You're not affected with them. That's called meditation. To stay as I am. Another thing I'll tell you. Please repeat after me. Before thought, after thought, in between thought, and after thought. There's only awareness, only Brahman. During thought, the Brahman appears to be masked momentarily. So before thought, in between thought, after thought, there's Brahman only. In between, when thought is there, Brahman appears to be masked. So, no, I can't observe in between thoughts. Why you can't observe in between thoughts? Just have a conscious thought. Unconscious thought you can't observe because they keep coming and going. For unconscious thoughts, only solutions observe the tip of the nose. For conscious thoughts, just chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Unconscious thoughts you can't observe the gap. Conscious thoughts you can observe the gap. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. There's a gap. That gap is Krishna only is there. Awareness only is there. The observer only is there. In between the gaps. In between the say unconscious thought gaps in the unconscious thought you have to observe. You have to hold on to something like breath. For consciously you have to create a thought. Then chant the mantra. God's name is greatest medicine. So okay. So between two names there is God, Krishna, awareness. And when you chant the mantra, the God between two mantras there is God is in unmanifest form. Avyakta, awareness. That's called Nirguna Brahma. When you chant, the God is in Saguna Brahma. Manifest form. Mantra is God. You don't get God by mantra. How God is mantra? So in any interaction, there is a subject and object process of interaction. For example, I see a fruit. The fruit is there, I am there, and seeing is there. In reality, are there two? Are there three? Object, subject, and process. In reality, it's not there. In any process, when the subject becomes one with the object only, there is experience. In this, the fruit and I have become one in the experience of seeing. Then what is the fruit? In the naming. Name and form is given. Name and form is given. In naming is not real. Naming is mental concept. Experience is just seeing. There's no seer. Experience is just hearing. There's no hearer. Experience is just being. Touching, smelling, tasting without a subject or object is called experience. The naming of the subject and object and experience is by the mind. And whatever mind does is unreal. It's naming, namke vaste. In Chandogya Upanishad, this namke vaste is called vachambaranam. It's only for name's sake we are giving something. The substance doesn't change. For example, I get a chain. So I call it chain. What is the substance of that? Gold only. I get a necklace. What is the substance of that? Gold necklace only. Naming of chain and nama rupa doesn't change the substance. So when you experience anything, the substance is always Brahman, pure awareness, knowing. That doesn't change. So when nama is there, when you're chanting God's name, the nama itself is God. Saguna Rupa. Between two names, There's a gap. It's called Nirguna Rupa. So name, chanting of name is direct experience of God. That's called Nama Japa is also meditation. Meditation with the chanting. If you are able to chant, fully involved in chanting, forgetting subject and object, then in that deity and devotee become one in the name. That's why name is God. Name is divine. So observe all thoughts are mithya. All thoughts are changing. All thoughts are failed candidates. Only one thought, I am Sakshi, is real. This concept of Sakshi, I want to make it a little bit clear. What are you hearing? In any transaction, there is sound and silence. Sound and silence. In anything, there are two opposites will be existing together. Sound and silence exist together. But what we do, we give only importance to sound. We don't give importance to silence. Light and shadow exist together. Good and bad exist together. Thought and silence exist together. That we call presence and absence exist together. You cannot remove one. Presence and absence come together. Success and failure exist together. Birth and death exist together. The moment you are born, death is following you. They exist together. But what happens in human mind? We want to only separate out one good thing. The music is very nice, I'll say. What is music, my dear? Music is, musician is playing with the silence. You ignore silence. What is giving you joy is not sound. What is giving joy is the silence which is behind between them. You ignore that. So duality is nature. If you are able to observe duality, then observer is called Sakshi. If you are able to observe presence and absence, then observer becomes Sakshi. If you observe presence only, then you get involved in presence. If you observe absence only, you get involved in absence. When you are able to observe the presence and absence, both, then you understand I am not in the there in the presence, I am not in the absence, I am in both, observing both. That's called Sakshi. This is called Anvaya Vyatireka. Presence and absence. Anvaya Vyatireka is there in your life also. Morning you wake up, the body is there and the world is there. In deep sleep, body is not there, world is not there. But you are there now, observing nothing is there in the deep sleep and something is there in the waking state. That's why you are behind both waking state and deep sleep state. That's why you are Sakshi. You are Sakshi of the thoughts also. Thoughts are coming and going. Oh, I know thoughts are not there. 5 minutes I didn't have thoughts. Suddenly thoughts came. So that means you are no presence and absence. That's why you are Sakshi. Are we clear? So how to recognize I am Sakshi? Not by trying to become Sakshi, trying to recognize presence and absence. So when you observe the tip of the nose, there's a presence, touch, absence, nothing. Presence, touch, absence, nothing. In the presence and absence, one who is there is called Sakshi. In the absence, only awareness is there, Brahman is there. In absence, you are Sakshi, you are Brahman only. If you are observing presence and absence, you are called Sakshi. In the absence, pure awareness is the self is there. So let us do one exercise. Just breathe in, observe the tip of the nose with your eyes open. Hold the breath. Breathe out. So when you are breathing in, breathing out, the nose, the tip of the nose gets touched for momentarily. Momentarily, there's a sensation of touch. After that, there's a gap. In that gap, pure awareness only is there. Brahman only is there. And if you are able to observe the touch and the gap, then you are called Sakshi. If you are able to stay in that gap, you are called Brahman. Pure awareness. So let us say, again, you observe the tip of the nose. Now, where are you feeling sensation? Please tell me. Where are you feeling sensation? Tell me, no?
The tip of
On the tip of the nose. If you are feeling the sensation on the tip of the nose, you are not doing meditation. You are feeling the sensation. Tip of the nose is a concept. Let us give an example. hold your hand like this, close your eyes and press your hand tight, right hand, tight, 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 tight. Observe, where is the sensation? Open your eyes. Where is the sensation? Where did you find the sensation? Where did you find the sensation? If you say in my hand, you are bringing a concept of hand. If you observe closely, just sensation is there, floating in the space. The hand is a concept. Are you getting that? Did you get it? So anything happens in space. Momentum happening in space. And where is space? Is in my consciousness. In the meditation, we should have an understanding that there is a sensation not in the tip of the nose, floating in space, and space and sensation is in my awareness. Then you are meditating. If you are saying I'm observing the tip of the nose, then you are not meditating. You are considering yourself as a body. Everything is appearing and disappearing in consciousness. So if you say, where is thought coming? Where does thought come in your head? Where does the thought come? In my head. Actually, thoughts are coming in the space of the head. And space of the head is in consciousness. Thoughts are appearing and disappearing in consciousness. So in your meditation, everything should be reference to consciousness, not to the body, not to the physical world. Then you are meditating. If you say, I'm observing the tip of the nose, then you are not meditating. Tip of the nose is told for it to start. I am observing sensation floating at this place, floating in space, and it's appearing my awareness. So where is my attention? My attention is awareness. I am Sakshi. Thoughts come now. They are failed candidates. Again, I observe this place. Again, I'm observing reality. Like that, if you do, you are meditating. If you are trying to run away, chase away thoughts. If you are running away from thoughts, if you are trying to remove thoughts, you are not meditating. If you think that I am meditating, then you are not meditating, because I am meditating is you are bringing your concept to body. I am Sakshi. That is the meditation. Anybody has a question on meditation? Yes.
In the beginning, you gave the example of shadow to say that mind is not real.
Yeah.
And you said thoughts are not real because they appear and disappear.
Correct.
But that is not convincing me that thoughts are not real, because they seem to have some common quality. All the thoughts have some like. Now, when you say shadow, I immediately understand it's not real because it's the absence of light.
Give me paper.
By understanding the quality of shadow, I see that it's not real.
No, but this is for you. Shadow seems to be a simple example. Most of the people say a ghost. For them, by observing the ghost, also they will not feel. See, the question is shadow. I understand is shadow, but thought I can't understand as real. Okay, let me ask you a question. Okay, what is this?
Paper.
Paper. What is this?
The paper plane.
It's a rocket. So if you give importance to rocket, name and form, and forget the substance, it becomes rocket, name and form. What is the substance here? Is rocket there or paper there?
Paper is.
So then rocket is there something called rocket?
It's a appearance of the paper.
Appearance of paper, rocket has no substantial existence. Understand? Thoughts have no substantial existence. For example, you go to a shopkeeper, give me necklace. Then he will weigh the gold and give. Because gold is necklace. Necklace has no existence. Is there something existing? Necklace is name and form. There's no existence. Gold has existence. So he gives gold only in the form of necklace. So which is real here now? Necklace is real or gold is real?
Gold.
Similarly, thoughts are unreal. Thoughts are just name and form. Reality is consciousness. Consciousness appears thoughts, and like water appears as wave. Wave has no substantial reality. There's nothing called wave. It's name and form. Why name and form has no reality? I'll tell you. Okay.
My question is, thoughts have different forms. So you're saying they're changing. They appear in different forms, but they seem to have some commonness in them.
That commonness is called consciousness. So you are ignoring the common substance of thought is consciousness.
No, but I am the one. I am the consciousness. How can the thoughts?
That's what I'm saying. When you are consciousness and you give importance to thoughts, you are forgetting your real nature and giving importance to name and form.
Okay.
What is common to thoughts is consciousness, Sakshi, Atma. That you are ignoring.
So when I see a thought, how do I see the consciousness then?
Here is consciousness. When I see a thought, I am the Sakshi. Thought is changing. What is changing has no substance. This here, I am unchanging. I am the Sakshi. I am substance. That's how you go back to yourself. You don't have to see consciousness. Please understand. Never try to catch hold of Brahman. Never try to catch hold of Sakshi. You can't catch hold of Brahman. You are Brahman. Never try to catch hold of Sakshi. You cannot catch hold of Sakshi. You are Sakshi. How do you find the Sakshi? By observing what is changing. Whatever is changing, I am observing. The observer is not changing. From that only you can understand Sakshi. From that only you can understand Brahman. You'll never be able to. I want to become Brahman is false. You cannot become Brahman. Brahman you can realize in the presence of changing objects. That's why Maya is there to show you your real nature. Maya is constantly changing to point out you your real nature as Sakshi or unchanging. Anybody else has a question on Zoom? Purnima ji?
You are about to say how to get rid of name and form.
Huh?
You are about to say how to get rid of name and form.
You don't have to get rid of name and form. Understand name and form is not real. Name and form is thought. Okay, I'll tell you name and form, what name and form comes. Okay. So please understand name and form is not substantial. What is this color? What color?
Orange.
Yellow.
Yellow.
Okay. Where is yellow color? Show me with your finger. Is this yellow color?
Yes.
So suppose you are color blind. What is this color?
Probably some green or red.
Black.
Yeah.
So where is the color? Where is the color? Your color in the orange, all color in your eyes.
In my perception.
Color is in your eyes. There's no color in the yellow, orange. Everything is your perception. So your sense organs give a color. Color is not here. If you have X-ray vision, something else will appear here. So sense organs give a form. Form is not really the object. Form is reality because of sense organs. That's called rupa. We think that there's something objective reality called orange. No. Sense organs give the form. And mind gives a name. Okay. Now what is the name of this? Give me some oranges. Some more oranges. All oranges. So what is this?
Then orange.
What is this?
Yellow.
Another orange. What is this? Another orange. All oranges are the same? There are differences, subtle differences. But mind gives one generic name called orange for dealing purpose. Understand? So these are all for transaction purpose, name and form is there. It is useful for transaction, but it's not real. It does not speak about substance. When you say orange, actually what you are speaking of is Brahman, awareness. Orange is there. Where it is there? As a name and form in my mind. Name and form is a thought. Where is the name and form appearing? In my awareness. Then what is there actually all the time? Awareness. That's the substance. So if you don't apply this logic, you'll get trapped in the thoughts. So with the clarity, apply the logic of Vedanta, come out of thought chain, come out of illusion. That is called meditation. Anybody any questions on Zoom? Purnima ji? Kanti? Is muted or?
Hari Om Prabhuji.
Hari Om.
Very beautiful points, Prabhuji. Very nice.
So did you
So
understand?
what struck me today is, if you are observing the movement of breath, you are witness. If you are able to stay in the gap, you are Brahman.
Correct.
Superb. Very beautiful message, Prabhuji.
Understand? So meditation means people are struggling with meditation thoughts. You are struggling with the illusion. You have to go to reality. Never struggle with the illusion. That's called meditation. That's why Ramana Maharshi says, inquire who am I? That's the only thing which is meditation. Anybody else any questions? Kanti?
No, Guruji. The only thing is a little more in-depth understanding is witnessing is something that is between the gap. Say, if at all we are doing japa or if we are witnessing the thought itself, between that gap, that has to increase so that the observation is removed. And
No.
the presence awareness is what is continuously it will be.
No, this is also wrong understanding. You have to remove something is a wrong understanding because you cannot remove anything. Because
No, you
nothing
become
exists.
one with it, no, Guruji. You
Huh?
become one with the gap and the appearance of the new thoughts doesn't arise at all.
You become one with gap, then there are two. There's no two.
Yes, Guruji.
You have to understand anything what you call as two is illusion, unreal.
Yes.
How you can become one with the two? Two can become one. Because if there are two, it can become one. There is no two.
Yes. Correct.
So I gave this Sakshi name Sakshi because presence and absence, if you are able to observe, the duality you are able to, you are called Sakshi. If you understand there is nothing real, then you are called Brahman.
Yes.
Okay, that happens when there completely there's no the gap between thoughts, the gap between sides. There nothing is there. Then you call Brahman. Then when you realize that presence and absence both are unreal, then you are Brahman. You don't have to remove the presence. You don't have to remove anything. You cannot remove anything.
Be aware of what you are.
Be aware of what you are.
Yes, Guruji.
So anybody else? Anupama?
No, Guruji. I'm trying to understand that. I don't know.
I don't know and I know. They are duality. One who is seeing this, I don't know and know, is called Sakshi.
Sakshi is understandable, Guruji. But Brahman is not understandable, Guruji.
No, you don't have to understand Brahman. You have to understand everything what you see and hear and touch and feel and smell is temporary, unreal. One who is there behind the temporary is called real, Brahman. You cannot catch hold of Brahman. It's very slippery. You have to understand movie is going on because there is a screen. Are we clear? Okay. Anybody else? Any questions? So Lata, Sagarika, any questions?
Hariam Guruji, that was a wonderful session. No questions. Very nice.
Okay. So if anybody has a difficulty in meditation, please listen to this talk again and again. Okay. We'll close for the day. Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamuduchate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Nanembud Nanalla Yedeha Manabuddhi Nanalla Sachidanandatma Shivanannani Shivoham Shivoham Atmadarshanam Brahmadarshanam Satyadarshanam Antarjyotihi Vajujyotihi Pratyajyotihi Paratpara Jyotirev Jyotihi Swayam Jyotihi Atma Jyotihi शिवोऽस्म्यहं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम. With that, we'll close the discussion today. Next week onwards, I'll take some scripture. Hari Om everybody.